What's going on, guys? I don't know what is going on technologically that my music was not playing earlier. Need to look into that. It physically showed me that it was playing, but no sound was coming across. So that's always a fun new thing. Anyway, hi guys. I am Shoki. Welcome back to the It Doesn't Have to Make Sense channel. And tonight we are doing something very special for one of you guys because Nick Domingo put out a brand new album the other day. And I said, we're going to check it out. So that's what we're going to do. Also, I've had to alter my lighting. If you were here last night, you know why. So, doing the best I can with my little tiny light bricks, basically blasting me in the face. So, there's that. Sorry, hold on. Of course, I had a conversation earlier, and now they're just now getting back to me. Give me just a second. Professional YouTubery right here. Okay, there we go. All right, so either way, guys, let's just go ahead and get right to the thing. I'm going to boop this right here. So I do want to, of course, promote the Patreon because I got to do that. That's how I make money at this point because YouTube ain't paying nothing. So, of course, you want to check out the Shoki Reviews Patreon that has all the stuff for this channel and my other two channels, including the Now You Made It Awkward podcast. You can do that. You can support for as little as $5 a month or all the way up to $12 a month to get access to everything I do. It's literally 3 different channels worth of content, kind of. So if you're interested in helping support channel, you can do that. And in fact, this week we don't have a Patreon call. Normally we do that 3 times a month, but this week not so much because I also think that I could be wrong. I think Wednesday is my dad's birthday. I think it's Wednesday. Have to check the actual date. Either way, so I guess should we just get right to the thing? I guess Nick. I know you're here in the chat. Do you want to give us any kind of preamble to the album before we get started? I'll give you a minute. Also, I'll give people a minute because not everybody knew I was going to be streaming. By the way, Nick's here, Jay's here, Christine's here at the moment. And I'm drinking a whiskey and sugar-free Coke because that's how we balance out things in life. Also, if you're on the Patreon, I did type up a review for the new Matt Walsh movie, Am I Racist? We went and saw that this afternoon. If you're interested in my thoughts, go check that out. But either way, it's such a nice day today. And then it got hot again. Stupid Texas, not quite winter. False fall. Yeah. False fall nearly into summer 3 in a way. And then we're going to reach false winter at some point. Just waiting to see if there's any replies here. So, how was y'all's Saturday? I know we just talked last night on Home Friday Live, which nobody told me that my title was wrong all last night. It still said Friday Stream Show thing. Nobody corrected it. All right, Nick. This album was 3 years worth of trial and error, trying to figure out what worked and what I could improve on. Hope everyone enjoys the album. Me too. Well, actually, mostly I hope I enjoy the album. I have no control over what you guys enjoy. Okay, so we have the track list here. Yes, I'm doing it via Spotify, so we get kind of pure sound without much of the YouTube compression. Plus, he doesn't exactly have music videos for it, so it's fine. Makes my life a little bit easier. How long is the whole album? 3 million years long. Okay, good. No, 31 minutes and 49 seconds. Pretty tight. That's pretty good. Let's see, what is it? 13 songs. We've got Reignite, Running Late, The Chase Begins, Blackjack, Striker, Research, First File. Fever Dream, I'm very familiar with those. Battle Plan, okay, Rematch, all right. Ambush, Heartbreak, Fever Dream Reprise, okay, all right. Phoenix Rising, and Intermission. And apparently this is part 1. So this is the Phoenix Project Hurricane Part 1. That's a long title, but it's okay. All right. And is it more of a concept kind of album? Or is it like I think you talked about this before, or maybe there was somebody else talking about a concept album. I don't remember. It's been a busy September already. I don't know about you guys. So I'm just gonna be very awkward for a little bit. Okay. See, it doesn't even fit in the screen. Look, it's off the screen, Nick. You gotta deal with that. It's way over there. Maybe put number 1 instead of, I don't know. I'm just being critical of it here. So we're gonna go through each song, and I'll give my thoughts per song, and then at the end go over the whole album, and then my favorite tracks of the album so far. Soundtrack to a novel I wrote back in 2016. Interesting. Actually, on the upcoming podcast, which I need to edit for Monday morning, Jeff and I do discuss a novel idea that I had for myself. I don't want to spoil that, but it was a novel that I was considering writing back in the mid-2010s. Would have been interesting to actually do so, but okay. So let's go ahead and kill. By the way, can you guys hear the background music? No, the file. There must be something wrong with the file, because it's playing. Like, I can see it actually physically playing, but nothing's coming across, which is really strange. So I have no idea what's going on there. Hold on, let me check one more thing. By the way, no settings have changed since the other night, but for some reason, usually, I don't know if that fixed anything. I can't hear. Nope. Okay. Weird. Okay. Also, my distributor was particular about the number thing. That's why. Oh, okay. I got you. Okay. Weird. Okay. All right. So, I guess there's almost no point in muting the music. You can't hear it anyways. I gotta figure out what's going on with that. All right. So we're gonna start out with Reignite. How do I use Spotify? Hold on. I pushed that button earlier. Why is it doing it that way? Okay. Turning it up for myself. Piano feels a little squashed. A little flat. Interesting. Stop. I wasn't ready for the next one yet. How do I turn off autoplay? I don't know how to use Spotify on the computer. All right, so for Reignite right off the bat, I think that it felt kind of Nightmare Before Christmassy at the beginning. Especially this part. Definitely feels like a Tim Burton-y type soundtrack in a way. I don't know. That's just how I feel. Definitely feels very cinematic. But for some reason, I don't know, maybe it's just my audio quality. The piano felt a little, for lack of a better term, squashed. I don't know. It was there, but I felt like it should have been a little bit louder. That's just me. Okay. So that's just our intro song. All right. Running Late. I hate Running Late. And running late for me means being on time because I'm always early. So if I show up at a place late, I really feel it, and it annoys the shit out of me. That makes sense. I was gonna say it feels very Danny Elfman. All right. Okay. That feels very in my left ear. Okay. See, this one, the piano feels a bit more powerful. Like a. Sorry, I don't really want to interrupt, but I want to have the thought while I'm having it. This, because the song is running late, this has a very clock ticking sound. They like to pluck string. Also reminds me of the opening theme at the beginning of the first level of Final Fantasy VII when you're first getting into the town, but before you get into like the first mission, you know, where you're just kind of going around a little bit. If anyone gets the reference. Those like dark horns and the choral voices. I like that. Didn't expect that. There's that heartbeat, yeah. I will say the only thing I'm wishing for is that they flow into each other, you know, but it's okay. Okay, so that one was definitely interesting, and like I already mentioned, like it has that kind of ticking clock feeling going through it, and then like things just seem to like I envision like a dude like stressed out. Whoops, I woke up late. You know, like really late, not like a lot, and then like trying to get to work, and like everything is getting wrong, going more and more wrong as he's trying to get to where he's got to be. And the situation just for whatever reason gets more and more dire, you know. As I assume it's leading to the hurricane. I'm just kidding. I don't know. My neck. I have to go to my chiropractor this week. Not supposed to. I'm going to see if they can squeeze me in. All right, the chase begins. Let's see here. All right, so these horns remind me of Lord of the Rings. Originally, I was thinking like it felt like a modern version of the dragon battles in House of the Dragons. But then when the horns came in, I was like, that's not that House of the Dragon. It feels more Lord of the Rings. I'm back up just a little bit. Now we're getting into Mortal Kombat. This is very the Immortals. Or is it just Immortals? I don't think there's a the. I just want it to scream Mortal Kombat right there. Just Mortal Kombat. Just right there. That'd be perfect. Can we get a cut of that, Nick? Like, just for fun? Can you do that just for me? Like, just take that little cut and do your own Mortal Kombat soundtrack? Ooh. Ooh, turn your album into a Mortal Kombat soundtrack somehow. Yeah. Just throw in a Mortal Kombat drop right there. That'd be perfect. I don't know if there's meant to be sci-fi. Could be wrong. I like the boom. And just like. Oh, I don't like how that ends. It ends a little too soon. It's like I got like 4 seconds of nothingness. I want it to fade out on the blom. I like that one. I did like that one. Also, like it was giving me visions of the street chase in the first Transformers movie. Well, there you go. Sci-fi action influence. There you go. I did also. Well, I also didn't say anything. It's like I was talking about Lord of the Rings. Didn't really say anything about sci-fi until I mentioned Transformers. Sorry, I'm sleepy. Ugh, it was kind of a long day. And drinking alcohol. I might be sleepy. All right, Blackjack. This better sound like James Bond. That's just what I want it to be. See, that blanc could have led right into that blanc. Okay. Lord of the Rings is not sci-fi, it's high fantasy. There's not science in Lord of the Rings. That's magic. Yeah, I got that. Nice techno vibe there. I always call that like the laser beep. I like this one being very horns. Very horny. It's not very James Bond, though. A little bit disappointed. Got my hopes up for no reason. It'd be kind of James Bondy. I like the horns that are like kind of in the middle that are doing a different tune. They're like, I can't do it, but you know. At first I was like, they're not just playing the same thing, and then I hear it now it's doing its own situation in the middle there. Yeah, sorry to hear about your mom. I just found out my buddy Will's grandma died. They just had her funeral. More like really bassy strings. See, it cuts out way too early. Sorry, I was focused. It's cutting out a little too early. I don't like that long pause between. That's just me. Okay, so Blackjack was interesting, very dark, very intense. Whereas the previous ones, like Running Late, obviously had a sense of urgency. The chase begins. Felt like you were in a chase. In my brain, down a road. Obviously. Modern highway, as it were. Blackjack just felt like dangerous situation. All right, Striker. Okay. I'm gonna say it again. I need another Mortal Kombat shout out. That's where my brain started going. I was like, wait a minute, hold on. I'm starting over. Hold on. I got to get past my silly brain. Hold on. Also, hints of Darude Sandstorm there. You let it hang in, though. But do you hear it? It's like, did you kind of hear it? It's like we're leading into Sandstorm, but then you didn't complete it. It was like, darn it. It's like, ah. Also, there's an effect on those strings. I don't know what it is because you're the music producer. Whatever the effect is on those strings, it definitely gives it like that video game feel. Like it doesn't sound like real strings. It sounds more digital on purpose. Ironically, this sounds more James Bond game, like more GoldenEye. Sometimes you do like, I don't know, chord progression for lack of a better term, I guess, is like it throws me off. I'm like, wait, what? That's not what my brain expected you to do. It's like my brain wanted you to go the other direction. Okay, now what are we gonna do? Ah, Legend of Zelda. It's very Legend of Zelda. That's what that is. That is very much Link to the Past. That's what those strings remind me of. I was like, what is it? It's like, what am I visualizing? I was like, yes, it's the intro music to Link to the Past. That's where my brain is. Okay, this song and Phoenix Rising are meant to mirror each other, kind of like Jekyll and Hyde. Okay. Well, I gotta back up because this is where my brain went. Yeah, that's what it is. Or Chrono Trigger. Either way, Super Nintendo era RPG sound is where my brain is. I was saying GoldenEye initially. Now I'm going back further, and I'm saying Super Nintendo. You're silly sometimes, Christine. Oh, what is that? Now we're back into Sandstorm. It's like, you said it wasn't intentional, but it's there now. It's like now it's like, oh, we're doing Sandstorm, but it's called Striker, so we're technically in the desert with this one. Yeah, that one's definitely like video game for sure. Metal Gear Solid, anything like that. Any of those big video game, I almost said movies, video game soundtracks from like back in the day. That one was fun. I like that one. It definitely felt a bit like two separate songs together. Okay. Research first file. Okay, let's see. That's an interesting name. Okay. And now I'm back to Legend of Zelda, but this time Ocarina of Time, and we are in the Great Fairy Fountain. Especially with the... Yeah. I was going to say, it couldn't be more perfect if you used an ocarina as the other instrument going on here, other than the, like, guitar and the whatever is doing, whatever the lighter noise is. Also, no joke, this sounds like one of my alarms that I used to use on my phone to a degree. I was like, because like I would do something that doesn't just sound like an alarm because I can just ignore that sound. It's like I always put on something that has a bit more, not meaning this in a mean way, annoying sound, because like that up and down is like, it's like, it gets a little annoying, or it would. So it's like, especially if it goes on for too long, it would be annoying. That's why I use things like that for my alarm. It's like, it's pleasant in the short run, but if it went on for minutes on end, it would get pretty annoying and wake you up. Could also be Temple of Time. Either way, it's Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time in this one. Sound faded out. That was fun. And then we just completely change. Okay. I need a break from that one for a minute. I wouldn't mind doing like full soundtrack breakdowns. Like, I mean, some soundtracks are absolutely ridiculous, but like one of my favorite soundtracks that I had, I don't want to say growing up because it was in my late teens, possibly early 20s. I borrowed, I did a long-term borrowing of one of my friend's movies. And it was an anime movie from Escaflowne, if anybody's familiar. And it's the movie, not the series, which is very different. Similar concept, but executed way different. Different animation, much more brutal story, stuff that they didn't even cover in the actual anime. And it was like the deluxe edition of the DVD, but it came with the soundtrack from the movie, and that was a lot of fun. There was like 3 or 4 songs on there that were absolutely amazing. I used to have them on my my old phone back in the day, but I lost those. And I don't have the files, or rather, I have the files, but they're on my old-ass computer. So God knows if that's even recoverable all these years later. But I do miss that soundtrack. Could be a fun one to listen to on a stream. It is a long one though. It's like an hour. It's like a full movie soundtrack, so it's like an hour and a half. But still, a lot of fun. Okay, Fever Dream. I better feel like I'm in a fever dream, Nick. Yeah, right. I'm telling you, it went right to the Great Fairy Fountain, and you're right. I was like, it sounded like the Great Fairy Fountain when you first go in there, minus the crazy laughing. I like this game. Figure out Nick's inspiration game. It's fun. We got Accidental, Darude Sandstorm. Now we've got Great Fairy Fountain. We had like Lord of the Rings. We got some Danny Elfman. This is fun. Okay. Panning left to right. Okay, so personal admission here. I'm at a point where my hearing is at such a deficit now on my right side that when things pan left to right, it kind of bothers me because I can hear the difference in my hearing, for lack of a better term. And part of me wonders if I've actually lost it or if I've got massive, like, crushed in like earwax buildup. You know, you see those videos where they go in with like the super fine tweezers and like pull out black crud that's probably been in there for a decade, and then people can all of a sudden hear better. I want to go to one of those people and actually have that done, or buy that little kit that's like it's like a camera on tiny tweezers, and you can go in your own ear and pull it out. I have a feeling that's what's going on, especially in the era of earbuds. I have a feeling that's a significantly bigger problem than it used to be for people. All right, either way, back to the thing. This one is a Lexus commercial. Yep. No, I get you. I know you're doing it on purpose. I'm just telling you the effect I have because it's going on. I get you. Yeah. The new Lexus IS. You can just see the car driving through the intentionally wet salt flats. Yeah. See, let me know. If I'm painting the picture for you, this is a Lexus commercial. Specifically a Lexus commercial. There's another digital thing going on in the background. I don't know how to describe it. I'm sure guys can hear that digital. So anytime I hear that sound, I guess in this case, in this tune, it reminds me of one of my favorite songs from Savage Garden. If anybody knows. I think we went over some Savage Garden stuff at one point. I think in a live stream. Think so. I think it was in a live stream. Might have been on the Patreon. Don't remember. Done a lot of Patreon stuff. But I remember going into some of my favorite Savage Garden songs at some point. wondering if it was coming back. Now we're in an Ed Sheeran song. Explosion sound. That one didn't feel like a fever dream to me. Felt like a dream, maybe not a fever dream though. I did like I did really enjoy the back quarter of that though. That was fun. Okay, battle plan. Yeah. This one does. Don't tell me that. Let me get my vibe from it, and then you tell me after the fact. No, this one definitely feels more James Bondy, like you were saying. But this one feels like making a battle plan. So here's the funny part. Yesterday, I watched. What is it? Why can't I think of it? Tom Cruise, Aliens, lives the same day over and over again. Till he gets it right. Edge of Tomorrow. And so like when I saw Battle Plan, it's like I want to like hear that. I want to envision that scene in that movie when they're trying to come up with the battle plan by going through the battle over and over and over and making new plans every time. Like, okay, well, we can't go right, go left. And I just also think that there's no way they ever had time to discuss all of that, memorize it, and be able to enact it in time. That's the only thing I ever think about that movie, because they only have one day, technically speaking, to ever get anything right. Also reminds me of not just Bond, but Spy Hunter. Definitely reminds me of Spy Hunter. See, I like how it just keeps going. All right, so that one was definitely interesting. I like the energy in that one. It still has this vibe like I expect the notes to go a certain way and then they don't. It's like it keeps catching me off guard. So I'm like, wait, what? It's like that's not where my brain wanted that to go. Fix it. Read my mind to the thing that I wanted you to play and go back in time and fix it, Nick. That's how this works. Bend your music to what the reactor says. That's how it's supposed to work, I think. Rematch. Okay, so who is this a rematch with? Just wondering. Was it with Stryker? I bet it's with Stryker. Also, now that I say Stryker, I think of Hell of a Boss. Also, when is the next episode of Hell of a Boss coming? I think end of this month or in October, beginning of October. Can't wait. I know they just put out a short like a week and a half ago. I haven't seen it yet. Was a Bond chord. Okay. All right, rematching. Okay, sounds confrontational. That's very Bond. My brain goes to a Gundam showdown. Sounds kind of like an alarm or an alert. Now we're back to Zelda. What? Why? Why do we go back to Zelda? I'm very confused. It's like, my brain didn't want to go back to Zelda. I was happy where I was in Transformers Land. Or Gundam Land. Old Kung Fu movies. Gotcha. Okay. Seriously, you went back to Zelda Land. As soon as those weird digital strings started, I'm like, we're back at Zelda. This feels like more Majora's Mask though. Darker, sadder. It feels almost like the is it Skull Kid? What was he? I think it was Skull Kid that became the Majora thing. Feels like that era. Okay, there we go. By the way, that I mentioned Majora's Mask and it brought up a thing in my brain. I don't know if you guys ever saw this. I forget the name of the YouTube studio that did it, but they did like an amazing like 3D render of like the Skull Kid and his two fairies and stuff like that before finding Majora's Mask. and it was like, I forget when it came out. It had to have been like 2010. It was a long, long time ago, and it looked absolutely amazing. I think it's only like 5 minutes long. If I can find it on YouTube in another stream, I'll check that out because it was just stupid good. And I think it was just supposed to be like, hey, look what we can do. Very long pause. Ambush. Also, I definitely feel like a tone theme running through this, so it does feel kind of cohesive, even though a lot of the songs feel a little detached. But I also feel like some of them are going with other characters in a way. Another sad. This feels like after the battle. Also reminds me of Full Metal Alchemist. Ooh, where are we going? Okay. There it is. That's battle music. Yeah, this feels very Batman right here. Like these notes, like those horns. That's very the Batman. Yeah, that note. Turn into a flat line. Okay, so that one went interesting. Ambush. Very calm, whatever. And then boom, into a battle like that. Is what? Is Mia? Maya? Is that what you meant to type? Ah, gotcha. Yeah, that's what I said. It's like it's flatline. That was obvious. I was like, oh yeah, that's flatline. Yes, clearly ambushed after they thought it was calm. Battle goes really intense, goes bad, somebody dies. Got it. Also, once again, Batman. I'm Batman. I'm vengeance. All right. Heartbreak, Fever Dream reprise. Okay. So I have to remember Fever Dream, which I don't entirely. I like the cellos. So is it heartbreak because somebody died in the last song? Just making assumptions. and it's also taken a turn from being like dark and deadly and going a bit more heroic. I don't know if that's like a difference between minor and major scale situations. I need to watch more Charles O'Donnell. He explains this stuff. Is it O'Donnell? I don't think it's O'Donnell. Something like that. That's who. It was like very heroic and then very like funeral. It's like I'm trying to envision the cutscenes. Like as these songs play, I'm imagining cutscenes. Yeah, that was very much like vengeance type situation. I mean, if in a way, to me, like I know that's probably not your theme, but it was almost like that was the revenge part, and then the I finally got him part at the end. But that's just me. All right, Phoenix Rising, you said, is the opposite to which one from earlier? Dang it. That was which one was that? I know it was early on. Was it running late? No. I know you'll tell me, but the delay sucks. It's like you have to hear it and then respond, and then it pops on the screen eventually for me. Waiting. Okay, Phoenix Rising. Okay. So this is Ganon's theme. Yep, there's a build up. Yep. Now that I've heard it enough, that it does sound. Hold on, I'm gonna back up. There is a show that definitely uses something very, very similar to that. My brain says House of the Dragon or something along those lines. But just that like there's some, my brain is definitely picking up on I've heard this before somewhere. But I couldn't tell you where. But it feels like a show that I watched enough to go, huh. I'm not saying you intentionally did anything, but there's something that sounds like very specifically. I like the guitar. No, there's that, but I'm saying like it doesn't feel like a movie. It feels like a recent enough TV show that that particular progression sounds really familiar. I mean, like I said, I can't tell you, but I mean, like the way the guitar and all that is, like that's definitely more like modern the Batman. I wouldn't say Danny Elfman's Batman. That definitely sounds different. Like it has a wholly different sound. I get what you mean, but like there's a very specific sound that that is reminding me of. Yeah, so originally it sounded like final boss music, but now within the theme it feels like more this is the turnaround and our hero is coming back in a way or just becoming more powerful. Neo after he got shot and resurrected the first time, not the we're not talking about the fourth movie. There is no fourth movie. There's only three. In reality, there's only one. And now we're back like Full Metal Alchemist. Like that percussion very much feels like getting ready for a big fight type thing. Like it's got that military prep sound. I mean, it does also have a hint of Terminator, let's be fair. Sorry, I had to chill. All right, final song. Intermission. Is this the song that's between the two albums? Is that why it's intermission? Everybody go pee. It's intermission. Now this feels very Danny Elfman. Now it's a Western movie. That guitar is very Tarantino. There's a heartbeat again. Just sustained note. I almost would have faded out the heartbeat, like kept it going, but just fading it as the sustained note fades. Nope. Wait, what is it playing? Wistful Twilight? What even is that? Okay. Kill Bill vibe. Yeah, a little bit. But without the, like, or whatever that they add to the Kill Bill Part 2 black and white intros. Also, I think I'd probably argue that, damn, I don't know, which Kill Bill is technically better. 2 is obviously the ending, but also gives you a lot of the beginning. Number 1 has the amazing action scene versus the crazy 88. And a lot of really cool setup. Damn, I don't know. I don't know which Kill Bill movie is better. All right, either way, we're not talking which Kill Bill is better. We're going to talk about which songs I liked from this. I'll go with my top 3 that I can think of off the top of my head after listening through this. I definitely enjoyed Heartbreak. Chase Begins. And Fever Dream was fun. Hold on, I gotta click back on it. Hold on, I gotta remember which one I liked better. Oh, nope. Okay, that was a Fairy Fountain one. That's what I thought. Yeah, I think Heartbreak, Chase Begins, and I'm torn between Research and Fever Dream because, like, just like being stuck in that Zelda vibe, I really enjoyed on that one. What's a Striker? Did I like Striker? I liked Striker. Okay. So it was Chase Begins, Striker, and Heartbreak, I think, are my top 3. But Phoenix Rising would probably be, or Ambush or Phoenix Rising would be in the running for the next one. I mean, if I was going to go top 5. Fine, I'll go top 5. So let's see here. Top, without actually numbering them. Chase Begins, Striker, Heartbreak, Phoenix Rising. I think those would be my top 5s right there. So that was interesting. That was definitely interesting. You can definitely feel a lot of your inspirations throughout that. Some intentional, some not. But that was definitely a lot of fun and surprising because you kept doing things I didn't expect. You know, where my brain wants certain things to happen and you did something else. So I guess that's a good mark of a producer. So you're not predictable. And there was a theme rolling throughout. You know, you get a lot of similar notes, a lot of similar literal, like just, sorry, fighting off a burp. Like just musical cues that tie everything together. So that was fun. That was definitely fun. Because we are a little bit more used to your live recorded covers and a little bit less of this. I know we have heard a couple of these, like I think even the first 2 or 3 songs you sent me were basically your kind of electronic music, for lack of a better term. Like I know we looked at Delta and I think Love at First Sight. Love at First Sight. Definitely Delta. We definitely looked at Delta at some point. Did we do 1692? We might have. I don't remember. Okay, but anyway, that was fun, guys. Make sure you go check out Nick's thing, either on his Spotify, which is clearly up here. Just type in Nick Domingo. Go find the thing. Download it. Whatever. Give it a thumbs up. Give it a like. I don't know how it works on these kind of platforms, to be totally honest. But it's there. It's that. And if you want to go watch it on YouTube's, like, I wanted to hear it because I know it was just like pure music. I really wanted to hear it better than the YouTube compression ratio. Funny thing is, if somebody listens back to this in the replay, it's going to sound different than I actually heard it because it's going through my YouTube compression. So technically, it might have even sounded a little bit different to you guys. But I like the idea that, there's some video game influences in there, movie influences, and all kinds of other stuff. Oh, interesting. Well, look at you now. Look at you now there, Nick. All right, guys. So that's going to be it for this stream and this album party, in a way. And I know somebody earlier sent in a request and then it was deleted. So I don't know what happened there. But It is what it is. So, guys, do the like and subscribe thing here on this channel if you want to check out whenever we do stuff like this or Home Friday Lives. And, also, we like to check out new artists. And Nick has been really cool about coming and hanging out and then sending in his new music for us to listen to and been pretty gracious when I criticize what he does. Also, guys, behind the scenes, I sent Nick a song to check out because I feel like he could do a good cover of it. So, interested to see. And like, I don't need you to do like a full video like normal stuff. I want to hear you orchestrate your version of that song. You feel me? So either way, so I will check you guys out next week at some point. It looks like my recording schedule is probably going to be changing up. Just depending on when I get when or if I can get my guest over here for a podcast episode, we shall see. So I don't think we'll be doing a Tuesday stream. And okay. We'll figure it out. Because Wednesday, might make it up and do a Wednesday. We'll see. So either way, I'll see you guys later. Have a good rest of your weekend, wherever it is you are. And remember, as always, it doesn't have to make sense. But I have a funicorn. I don't have a bright light to shine it in. Sorry. There's funicorn. Bye, guys. I forgot which button to hit. There it is.